Guys, the countdown has begun. Snute versus Jimpo. Zerg versus Terran. The map is Metalopolis, a classic tournament map from way back. Survived all the map pool changes and is now back. We all love it. And this is the Dreamhack EIZO Open. I am JoRoSaR. Let's get into the game. Spawning over here in the left-hand side of Metalopolis, guys, our pink Terran able to win game number 1 with tremendous multi-pronged drop play. Will he be able to do the same again in game number 3 after being taken down in game number 2? Let's find out, guys. It's Jimpo. And over here, spawning in cross positions on the right-hand side is the red Zerg player, winning game number 2 in beautiful fashion after tricking his opponent with some roaches and then popping in with that baneling attack out of nowhere. Excellent play from him. Guys, will he be able to take the series 2-1? It's going to be Gamers League Snute. So excellent play coming out of both of these players in this series. I'm really happy that such an exciting matchup was given to us for this Dreamhack EIZO Open. I will be casting more games, of course, this afternoon. I'll let you know the details about that just after this game, because this is the crunch match in a best-of-3 to determine seeding for the next group, and the next group does start literally tonight. These players get some rest, but they don't get as much rest as you would think. They're going to have to play more and more games if they want to advance further in this bracket. Barracks now going to be going down for Jimpo at a normal timing. I presume we're going to be seeing that gas taken as well. He has favored that sort of play so far. We're not going to be seeing any 2-raxes or any 1-rax expands. There we go. The gas being taken from Jimpo. So same build coming out in all 3 games from our Terran player. Guys, in the meantime, don't forget, I am JoRoSaR. If you want to follow me on Twitter, I am at twitter.com/JoRoSaR. My details will probably flash up on the bottom right of your screen at some point. These graphics are absolutely insane, by the way. Massive shout out to Stereo DVT Fernando for helping me with these for Dreamhack. Hopefully you guys like the look of them too. So please do that. Thank you so much for your messages of support. I'm really glad we're bringing you fantastic matches from Stockholm today, and there's only going to be more to come as the weekend goes on. Tomorrow is going to be sick, but we're already starting off with 2 high-level matches. My goodness, Metalisk, Cloud, Snute, Jimpo. We've got some fantastic players here lined up for you today. So scouts coming out from both players at the moment, going to realize that they are cross-position. Jimpo going to be the first to see that Snute has indeed gone for that hatchery spawning pool, now approximately halfway done. And in the meantime, Snute is also going to be able to come up and see that, ooh, that is crucial, sees that a tech lab is on the barracks. So really nice play from him there. He sees the add-on on the racks, and that's going to suggest that Reaper opening. So Snute is going to be prepared. He's not necessarily going to be getting, for example, Queens to block off the ramp quite as quickly as he normally would if he saw Hellions incoming or something like that. He'll be more focused on observing the periphery of his base and making sure things over there are fine, and immediately scouting, and he's going to easily take out this SCV. 2 drones are too many, and in fact he's going to pull 4 just in case some Marines are incoming. But he did see the tech lab down, so this Reaper is probably going to do a fairly decent job. Zerglings now just going to make sure that the bunkers, and actually he probably should have gone after that SCV because he definitely would have gotten that kill. But anyway, the Overlord now sees the Reaper, and Snute knows exactly what's going on. He's going to be moving the Zerglings away. He wants to come back and try and attempt to surround here. The Queen finally popping out in the main base, so that's going to help an awful lot. Jimpo hasn't yet done anything with this Reaper. He's shown it to Snute. Snute knows to expect it. But that's all that's happened so far. These Lings actually going for a little bit of a counter prod in the main base. We do see a factory going down there now, and a reactor going down too. So a little bit of a delayed reacted Hellions coming out here from our Terran player, as the Reaper is going to be joined by a buddy of his, and here we go, going to try and kite some of those Queens, but the Reaper's actually not doing too much damage at the moment. Snute doing a very good job of damage control here. I like the positioning on this Roach War, and Zerg players take note. Reapers cannot mess around in your mineral line without hopping everywhere up and down cliffs. Very nice positioning there, and it looks like Snute is going to be able to hold this. The Reapers did not do any damage whatsoever. Workers and units killed at parity. This game is currently at peace with itself, as these Lings actually doing a fair amount of poking in the main base here. He's going to have to send some SCVs to try and help. Oh no, there we go. The Reapers are going to be able to take out pretty much all of these Lings here. So, but at the very least, Snute now knows that the Reapers are not harassing him anymore because they are over back on the other side of the map defending. So Snoot's going to feel fairly confident at this point. The Roach Warren is now up as well, and everything is going to look hunky-dory. Not going to be grabbing any sort of quick speed, of course, out of that spawning pool because he went for those fast roaches. which are very, very effective against those Reapers. Reapers basically take forever to kill roaches, even though technically they would win. So that's not going to be a problem whatsoever. Again, Queens on top of the game. These Reapers have not been able to get any worker kills whatsoever, which is not really what you want to do when you invest in that early game. He's only produced 2, though, so he's going to be able to take up to something else behind this. The reacted Hellions are now coming out. That factory at 50% health. My goodness, if those Zerglings actually do a fair bit of damage. The SCVs haven't yet repaired these buildings, and I hope that some sort of bust doesn't come out later on in the game, because that could prove to be costly. Stim now going down as well for Jimpo. We see a Marauder coming out, and actually a lot of tech labs on these factories. So we're going to be seeing a Marauder Hellion timing attack come out of our Terran player against Snute here. Snute now maneuvering his overlords all around the map to get his trademark absolutely everything map vision. Snute Vision, basically, is like a legal version of Map Hack. He is so good with his Overlord spread that he can see everything his opponent's doing at all times. His early game push out with his creep, with his Overlord. Look at these Overlords still on the edge of his creep while he is spreading it. We have the Queens here constantly out in the middle of the map while the Terran isn't attacking. Snute just doing a really good job there. But Jimpo is concentrating on his macro and getting a really, really fearsome army composition. I mean, 3 barracks producing Marauders and reacted Hellions is no laughing matter indeed. He's keeping his money nice and low. He's about to take the supply lead. And I have a feeling a timing attack is possibly incoming. The army supply is now 31 to 25 in favor of Jimpo. Once that gets up a little bit higher, he's going to start moving up across the map as well. One Reaper still is surviving and messing around down here at the bottom, but gets surrounded by the Speedlings. And that's going to be the end of that Reaper as far as this game is concerned. Remember, guys, this is game number 3. The winner simply takes first place. There is no additional fallback. Sublings getting roasted there by Snute, apparently donating them to Jimpo a little bit. But he didn't see the Marauders until just now, and here we go! The SCVs are coming in as well. Bit by bit is with us in spirit. The Queen taking out one of these Hellions, but knowing she will not survive, does not try and run back. 2 Spine Crawlers going down, Evolution Chamber going down to try and complete the wall off, but so much damage being done. One of the Spine Crawlers is going to have to be cancelled. This is an all-in from Jimpo effectively here. He has brought SCVs in with this attack. Will Snute be able to hold? Oh no, the Hellions actually attacking the Evolution Chamber for a while, allowing Snute even to get some more units out, but is it going to be enough? Drones now being pulled out the natural. This attack is so close to working, but also so close to failing, and the Queens are going to do it. Snute is going to hold off this attack from Jimpo, and the game is going to go on. We need to take stock of exactly what happened here. 10 workers killed from Snute. The SCVs that came with the attack, only 5 from Jimpo. Snute held that off incredibly well. Worker supply now bizarrely even at 40. Very, very well held by Snute. Jimpo pulling SCVs with the attack, trying his best to do it, but he actually didn't pull enough for it to be an all-in. I correct myself from earlier. It definitely looked like an all-in when we were looking at the battle, but he had so many more SCVs mining back at home that this game is now bizarrely back to even Stevens. Those Marauders with Concussive Shell are going to try and deter the Zerglings successfully from the main base, and we do actually see him possibly going to be going into more Marines here. Or maybe even building a starport. On top of that, let's wait and see. More barracks being constructed, so it looks like this reactor might be being reserved for a starport so that those medevacs can come into play. Jimpo, of course, today we've seen him favoring bio over mech in this particular matchup. My goodness. In the meantime, he's trying his best to deny the third with a couple of these Hellions, doing a good job against the creep tumors, but there are 2 Queens here, and I think that's going to be more than enough to fend off these Hellions. There are some drones. He's going to be able to go in and try and roast some. Ladies and gentlemen, it's a barbecue in the Zerg base, and everyone is invited. Do we get any drones? So many units on red health. Some of the drones go down, but excellent surround by the Zerglings on the Hellions. And once again, Snute shuts down Jimpo's play. Number of workers killed now at least evening out at 10 apiece. 52 to 47 workers in favor of Jimpo, actually, but a round of drones. There we go. 7 more incoming from Snute is going to see the end of that, and we have an awful lot of roaches now popping up, and it looks like Snute is going to be going for a roach-heavy composition into the late mid-game here, as Jimpo is going to be getting a 3rd orbital command, and he's probably going to be floating it over to this location. Always a little bit dangerous getting that 3rd orbital command, because ideally you don't want Zergling run-bys to have to destroy this, and a lot of Terran players prefer the planetary fortress over here at the 3rd location. There we go, as he does put it down with a couple of bunkers. But Jimpo seeming confident enough that he is going to go for that orbital. I'm not sure how well that's going to work out for him, though. We have some Zerglings and some roaches. Did I say some? I meant a metric crap ton of roaches going to be moving out across the map here towards the 3rd base location. And Jimpo could be in a little spot of bother here, splitting up the Zerglings. A couple going to just check out the 3rd base, and that orbital is not going to be able to land. Some more doing a bit of scouting, waiting to see what the timing is on the main army arriving. And it looks like the roaches are going to be pouring in. in. Snute feeling like he can take this engagement. This is very touch and go here. I'm not sure which side is going to win, but we do have more Zerglings streaming in from the back, though. Those are the reinforcements that Snute wanted that made him confident about this, and we do now have the SCVs being pulled from Jimpo. He knows he's in a horrible position. 126 supplied to 80. Will Snute be able to take this series 2-1? The roaches are starting to fall, but the army is falling as well, and so many SCVs just fell to those Zerglings. Still two doing a lot of damage in the mineral line, and it looks like Snute, with just a handful of units, is going to be able to pull through onto the high ground. Another tank coming out from Jimpo. He's going to be able to do a lot of DPS from the high ground with those Marines as well, but the roach is going to be going into the mineral line at the natural, and simultaneously we have another run by at the third, preventing the orbital from landing. It looks like Snute is taking a massive foothold in this game, possibly getting some units up into the main momentarily, but not quite just yet. We do have an SCV repairing that supply depot, and more units streaming into the bottom of the ramp from Snute here. It looks like he has taken a decisive position here against Jimpo in the final game number 3. Fourth base also going down for Snute, doing very well to mark up behind it. And look at this. You think you're going to drop me behind this? No, sir. I have everything covered. Snute, with his trademark Overlords, are doing so well. And here come the Banelings. Not even going to wait for them to explode. Oh, God, that would have been carnage. GG from Jimpo. Ladies and gentlemen, Snute coming back from behind to take that incredible series 2-1. And that's going to mean he will indeed be coming top of his group. Don't go anywhere, guys. I'm going to play a couple of commercial breaks, and then I'm going to let you know what we have in store for the rest of today on the Dreamhack EIZO stream. Catch you in a bit.